Well, I'll tell you what, we just may have found a way to get Andy to finally enjoy seafood. Chef Laura is here to show us how to make a Colombian shrimp and scallop Esabeche. Is that right?
Esabeche.
Which basically means pickled, and it's a lot like ceviche.
Yes.
Which I do know how to say.
Yes.
So it's good to see you.
Nice to see you too. So yes, we are doing the Colombian version of what we know as ceviche, but also in South America it's known as Esabeche with a little C in there.
Esabeche.
Yeah, but they call it Esabeche. And the cool thing about Colombia is it boasts two coasts. Okay, so they get shellfish of a wide variety. So what we're doing today with shrimp and scallops, you can do with halibut, you can do with sea bass, you can do with a variety of fish. Don't feel like you're limited just because we're using shellfish today.
We talked a little bit too just a couple seconds ago, and we were talking about people who know ceviche and they may already have an aversion to it, i.e. Andy, or anyone else that's watching that say, no, I'm not into the fish, especially if you don't cook it.
Right.
So you're going to sort of Americanize this Colombian Esabeche.
Just slightly, because we're going to give a little head start to our shellfish today. That's it. So normally if I wanted to, well, actually let's step back for a second. What I have going on right here is a reduction. So this is vegetable stock, a little bit of tomato paste, and just some red wine vinegar. So I reduced the red wine vinegar for a few minutes. I added the vegetable stock and the tomato paste to it, and then reduced that until it was reduced by half. And as a result, you get a little bit of a thicker consistency, plus the fact I benefited, I got to smell up the whole studio with the smell of vinegar. People know what you're making, but that is the sauce that actually does the pickling or the marinating, okay? So now, in this pan right here, what we're going to do is we can get that hot. We're going to go ahead and sear our shrimp, but we're not going to do it till it's cooked all the way through. So we're just going to give it a little bit of a head start. We'll take that out, so let's do that now, and then we're going to add our scallops to that.
Looks like you have a decent-sized shrimp, but we're going a little smaller on the the scallops. And if I know you well enough, it's probably to do with making sure the bites are all similar in size, so nothing overpowers. That's
one, and number two is because of the speed of cooking too. So
and makes it a little easier.
Yeah, and also bay scallops are very easy to find out here, and they're a little less expensive too. So just keep. Yeah, we'll put that way over there. So we're just going to cook this for about a second or two. We'll give this some sea salt actually, and as you can see, I'm just cooking this over high heat, and it's going to sear. You can tell that because it's starting to turn pink and curled. And in about a second, I'll have you go ahead and add the bay scallops to this because
what size?
These are bay and they're all one size.
Oh, okay.
One size fits all.
Not like the other big ones that are like, what is it?
Oh, like the sea scallops that are U10.
U10.
Yeah, those are really, really big. And when you cook with those, and you can do that, you just need to pay attention to the fact that it might just take a little bit longer.
So what is the difference between bay scallops and sea scallops? Do they have a different flavor or just the size?
The size, the flavor, absolutely. And with sea scallops, which are actually from the sea, you actually have something called diver scallops, and those are, to me, like the lobster of scallops. Because they're called diver scallops because divers have to go and get them.
Oh, okay.
Way more expensive. You usually buy them in cans, so you better enjoy a lot of scallops. So as you can see, this is pretty much done as far as how far I want to cook that. So I'm just turning this off.
We're noticing that the shrimp is just a little bit pink, and it looks like there's the opacity is kind of.
It's kind of there.
There.
Yeah, we're no longer as translucent as we were. So we'll take this pan right here, and I'm going to just go ahead and move this. If you want to walk around and grab the sauce, I'm just going to leave some of the little jus behind. Go ahead and pour the sauce right into this bowl right here.
This is a little bit warm. I'm not that brave.
There you go. No, and I appreciate the fact that you're not.
Okay,
there you go. So you can pour all that right in.
And so this is going to even heat it even just a little bit further.
This will finish cooking it, actually. Yep, this will finish cooking it. Actually, it'll finish cooking it in about a minute or so. But the longer you let this marinate, if you let it go overnight, your flavors are going to be that much better.
All right.
Okay.
So it's okay for it to go, obviously, from hot and then marinate in cool.
Yep, absolutely.
So would we go room temperature and then stick it in the fridge?
For this?
Yeah,
you can do
if we're doing it overnight?
Absolutely, yes. You want to let this cool. You never want to put something hot directly into your refrigerator because you raise the heat in the refrigerator as a result, and everything else becomes more suspect. So this is step one.
I like
suspect, yes. Well, it doesn't say it's bad, it just says it's suspect. So we're just going to let this sit in the bowl. This is going to marinate a little bit, and we will get ready for our vegetables, which are going to go with this also, because a traditional Esabeche is going to have red bell peppers in it, and in this case we're going to add some other flavors of the Mediterranean, which are also part of Colombian capers as well as olives.
Sounds good. All right, so you heard it from Laura. We're going to go into the vegetables to add to the Esabeche, and then at the end we're going to obviously see if Andy is a lover of this particular. Well, I think you're going to like this one.
It smells good. Hey, Steph, real quick, because I was busy talking to Kathy over here. What's the red sauce? What's the red stuff?
Oh, it's a tomato. I'll tell you in a minute. It's a tomato. We'll have the recipe online.
Okay.
Tomato paste, vegetable stock, red wine vinegar.